So please don't mind that big block of light. Nothing I can do about it. So yeah, we're just gonna keep that there. Hopefully, like if I go like this, it just looks weird and awkward. So yeah, we're just gonna keep that there. Hey Novas! So today is the first of the month, and as I promised in my December update, this is album review. Sorry I didn't post much in January. If you saw my post on Facebook, I was very, very ill. I actually ended up having a really bad cold and then a viral infection on top of that, and I had a fever. So, yeah, it was a horrible month. And I'm trying to figure out like my new school schedule with my work schedule as well. And it's just been a crazy month. Thank God it is over though, right? Yeah. So we're just gonna get into it. This album is Cleopatra by the Lumineers. I have listened to the Lumineers before. I actually knew one of the tracks on this album already. I did the deluxe version. At the end, I will tell you my top 6 songs from the deluxe version and the order that they're in. So basically this video will be like my favorite lyric from the songs, or if I have one, what I thought about the song, and what I thought about the album as a whole. So if you want to stick around for that, please do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different. And I can't wait to do this every month. So, Sleep on the Floor. I found it was very cute. It was kind of like childlike, like exploring feelings and, like your first romance type of thing, like in the honeymoon stages type of thing. And I really like the lyric, put on your dress, yes, wear something nice. That one stood out to me. It was just like a new romance, and the guy wants to go out on a fancy date. He wants to take you out to the nines. I like that. It was cute. It was movie-like. I thought that was very charming. Um, Everyone requires a plan. So I found that song was calming, but not as good. It's actually one of the deluxe tracks. So maybe that's why it wasn't that good. It doesn't really fit on the album. So yeah, didn't really like that song. That's my least favorite song on this album. Okay. Gun Song. The lyric that I chose that stood out for me was, and I don't have a sweetheart yet, but if I did, I'd break my neck to please her. Make her want to stay in my arms, she'd rest. I like that lyric because it's comforting and safety. Like, if you had a sweetheart, you would do anything you can to make sure she felt safe and loved. And I liked like the security of it. It's kind of like a blanket. But did have lots of laws, and it drowned out forever. I was like, when is this ending? And then in the middle of the laws, there was 2 sentences, and then continued lying. And I was like, what the hell? It was very drawn out, more than it needed to be, and it got very old and tiring very quickly. Angela. This song I really enjoyed. The lyric that I liked the most, when you left this town with your windows down and the wilderness inside, and combined with the strangers in this town, they raise you up just to cut you down. So I really like those 2 lyrics put together. They're not put together in the song, but I feel like they go together very well. It's like you're escaping because everything is too much for you, and the community that you lived in isn't supporting you like it should. So I thought that was really nice. I like the part about the Volvo lights lit up. Oh, wait. This is another lyric. And your Volvo lights lit up green and white with the cities on the signs. I really like the imagery of that lyric because I like Volvos. I love that reference. And like when I was thinking about the lyric, I was like nighttime lights, but then I realized the signs, if you go like to Los Angeles or whatever, Los Angeles will be on a sign and it'll be in green and white. So I like that. It kind of reminded me of like traveling, like summertime. It was really nice. Um, and I think like the meaning behind this song is that Angela is his home, because the one lyric, it was vacancy, hotel room, home at last. So they're in a hotel, but he says that he's home at last because she is home to him. So it doesn't matter what city she's in, where she is, that's where his home is. In the Light, I thought that song was simple, feeling of being forgotten, but also like they've moved on type of thing. I like that. Ophelia. So this was the only song I knew on the album prior to this, and I already loved it. I actually thought it was on the same album as Ho Hey. So, I don't know. Didn't really think about it that much. I swear it came out like a long time ago, but it only came out 2 years ago now. 1 year? No, 2 years. But yeah, my favorite lyric from that, as it's always been, is Honey, I Love You. That's all she wrote. Because it's just, I don't know, it's romantic and cute, but also like sad. And I like things that are sad. So, next song is Gail's song. The lyrics that stood out for me, there's a few of them. And oh, this too shall pass. This loneliness won't last for long. So, I don't know, that reminded me of a lyric or a quote from somewhere else, I think. I don't know, I just liked it. Like, this too shall pass, as in, like, you're suffering right now, you're hurt right now, heartbroken, whatever it may be, but it won't last. In 2 days, you'll be on to something else, type of thing. So, I like that. And the other lyric, and there was a time when I stood in line for love, but I let you go. So to me, they were waiting for this person to come back for them, but then it gets to the point where you can't wait anymore. You have to move on with your life. You have to continue living. You can't wait for someone forever, and what if they never show up, you know? So I wrote down longingness to be loved by someone, but letting them fall through your fingertips. So, like, you want to be loved, and you have someone there wanting to love you, but you let them go because you had other plans or whatever. Feeling sad but happy. They moved on in life and are happy with someone else, and acceptance that person that has moved on, because you can't expect someone to wait for you. That's the whole thing. If you have someone who loves you, love them back or let them go. And this song is basically acceptance of letting them go and move on and have a better life. Hopefully a better life anyways. Long Way From Home. So I felt three emotions, like death, peace, and pain. So the person died in the song from what I gathered, but it wasn't like a sad death. They were pain. Like, life brought them pain because of like their suffering, but when they died, it was peaceful because they're now not in pain anymore, and the singer realizes that and sees the peace in death, because death is a painful process for people who are alive, but you have to think it's also peaceful, especially if like they have cancer or some terminal illness. You just gotta be happy that that person's not suffering anymore, because why would you want them to be? Would you rather them be alive and dying and suffering every day? Or would you rather accept the fact that, yeah, they're moved on, so have I, and so must I, because they're in a better place and they're no longer in pain anymore? That's the way I saw it. Other people might have different interpretations, I'm sure, but that's how I took it. And I actually love that. The self titled track, Cleopatra, I didn't write much down for this song, but I do like it. It's really growing on me. The lyric that stood out the most is, "As I laid in a black dress with my father in a casket, I had no plans." But the way they sing it, it sounds like it's supposed to be happy, but then when you see the lyrics, you're like, oh, that's a little bit dark. Which, again, I like. I like happy, I like sad, combined. Sick in the head. This lyric, "They're writing my history, think somebody should have asked me." So I like that lyric because it's kind of like people are talking about me, spreading rumors, gossiping, whatnot. They're basically writing the history of my life, yet they're not asking me my opinion and asking for the facts and the truth. So I like that lyric. This is also like a dying song. So acceptance of the inevitable, which is death. So, oh, it was a nice song. My eyes. So the lyric is, "The glow of Hollywood signs. They sold you a bridge. They fed you the lines." I really like that because it kind of like reminded me of the hand that feeds you. Like bite the hand that feeds you type of thing. Shows that the industry is evil. The fame isn't always good. It takes away innocence. And the other lyric, "confuse servants as friends." So, yeah, you might be famous, you got this fame, whatnot, but you're lonely. Your servants are your friends now because you turned your back towards your friends by giving into evil and leaving your innocence behind. So I like that lyric. I like songs that are like that because it shows like they know or they have like insight on the life of a celebrity, and I find that interesting. I'm like literally dying. Patience. It's a good track to cleanse the album, as I found out after I heard the album and made that decision. It ended up being the last track on the album, like not the deluxe, so makes sense. It's kind of like this is the end. I felt that. I felt like it was a closing, and I was a little bit confused when there were songs afterwards until I realized, oh, I'm listening to the deluxe. So yeah, my bad. Speaking of the deluxe tracks, "Where the Skies Are Blue" is a deluxe track, and I liked it. It was cute. It felt like a little bit old-fashioned country music, which I love. So yeah, it really brought me back to like the 90s when I was young. And I used to listen to country music all the time. The last song is "White Lie." It was very somber. I like the beat of it, and I like how it's sung. I thought it was a really good closing song for the deluxe album. It was like a nice wrap up. And it really fit the theme of the overall album, whereas the other two tracks, not so much. Like "Everyone Requires a Plan" didn't really fit. I didn't really like it. Like, to me, that's the worst song on the album. And "Where the Skies Are Blue" was a deluxe, but I like that one. But "White Lie" out of the three fit most with the album as a whole. So I thought overall the album had a really nice uplifting feel, but it was also somber tones. And I liked the combination of the two because it wasn't like too happy and it wasn't too sad. It was like a mixture, a great combination of both. Like, I don't know. It was nice. Um, I really like the acoustic version of Cleopatra as well. It was a really nice addition to the deluxe album. I know we didn't really talk about it, but it was like the same song, so I felt like the same way towards it. It was just nice. But yeah, I really like their music. Now that I've listened to this album as a whole, I have found songs that I like by them more than just like the 2 songs I knew before. So in order from 6 to 1, these are my top 6 songs. So number 6, Where the Skies Are Blue. 5, Cleopatra. 4, Gale Song. 3, Sleep on the Floor. 2, Angela. And 1, Ophelia. Yeah, those are my favorites from the album, and the other ones were all basically the same to me, except for Everyone Requires a Plan. That one, just, I don't like it. The rest were on par of the same level. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this album review. If you have any other albums that you want me to review, or any thoughts for Music Mondays, like a song, music video, an artist you want me to focus on, please leave the suggestions down below in the comment section, or message me on Facebook through my page, or comment on any of the posts that I post on the Casanova page. I am quick to reply, so don't hesitate. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to show me that you want more of these. Bye, you guys! Shine bright, Novas! That's all she knows.